it is undeniable that young people play a critical and a vital role in the socio-economic development of every country, and that includes Ghana. The youth play a critical role in the acceleration of our development. They are pivotal in the attainment of the sustainable development goals. We are critical in addressing the issues of climate vulnerabilities, and we are critical in creating the Ghana and the Africa that we want. Forums like the Wide Dialogue are therefore important so that we can connect, we can learn and share experiences from each other, and draw inspiration from those who are ahead of us. And clearly, the likes of Doctor, the likes of the guests who are gathered here, distinguished men without a woman who have been gathered in front of us today, do have a lot of experiences, a wealth of experiences to share with us. So we should connect with them, learn from them in the hope that they can inspire us. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, from the days of our forefathers, our country has been faced with different challenges at different times, including the economic hardships that the world today is confronted with. All of these challenges, we the youth who constitute the vast majority of the people of Ghana, and at the last count, the 2021 population and housing census, those of us between the ages of 15 and 35 years alone, we constitute some 38.2% of the almost 31 million population of Ghana. In nominal terms, approximately 12 million individuals are aged between the ages of 15 and 35 years. And so without doubt, we are heavily affected by the challenges, albeit historical, that we are talking about. It is estimated that across Africa, on a yearly basis, 16 million people enter into the job market. It is also estimated that 83% of the 16 million who enter into the job market on a yearly basis do not get the jobs. Governments, successive governments, including and particularly the one that we have today, have created several interventions to deal with the vexed challenge of graduate and youth unemployment. We have created several interventions and even several vehicles. But the truth of the matter is that, as you and I know, the public sector alone is incapable of dealing with the monster called youth unemployment. We know that there are some 650,000 individuals on government payroll. And even that one, we are struggling in terms of payment of emoluments. Our situation is further made worse by the adverse effects of the COVID-19 pandemic and has been exacerbated by the geopolitical fracas somewhere else. I refer to Russia and Ukraine and the associated disruption in supply chains. It has made the situation for all developing countries, including Ghana, even a little more worse than it already was. But like has been said to us by the good professor, we cannot give up. We should not give up. I'm here to tell you that there is hope. I want to tell you that while the picture may look gloomy to many, hopes should not be lost on any one of us. The situation also presents us, young people, with an opportunity. And we must learn to take the bull by the horn, we must call on the Ghanaian can-do spirit. And we must leverage on our equity, the age that we have, to be able to create sustainable solutions to the problems that we are faced with. I can assure you that your government is not reneging on implementing prudent and pragmatic policies in creating possibilities to lessen the plight of all Ghanaians, especially our optimistic youth. So let us not give up. I want to draw your attention to some of the brighter opportunities in the country for our dear and expectant and confident youth, that should we continue to work tirelessly, would bear fruits for us. Ladies and gentlemen, many are those who would not consider agriculture as an option in their lives and even in their academic pursuit. Interestingly and ironically, Ghana is endowed with a strong agriculture sector which portends priceless opportunities for youth to invest in farming, livestock, and agribusiness. I believe strongly that with the right knowledge and resources, agriculture can become a profitable venture to the youth. You can invest your time and energy in farming activities such as crop cultivation, fish farming, or poultry production. The likes of Mr. John Dumelo, one of our speakers for today's event, who we all know as an actor, and we know that he's in the entertainment space. But today the likes of him have made agriculture and farming cool and sexy. So I want to challenge you that you can even do more. There's an opportunity there. Comparative and competitive advantage. The weather is good. The land is good. I haven't said that there will not be challenges, and nobody promised that. But the good thing is that there are interventions that are dealing with the challenges. Another area is in the technical and vocational area. Skills training. There are many of us today who have not seen a doctor or required the services of a lawyer because we are neither ill nor in court. But all of us here today, by necessary implication, we have had some relationship with dressmakers because we are all looking nice in our various dresses. The ladies have had some relationship, not just the ladies, even us, the gentlemen, the hairdressers have touched us, if not today, necessarily within the week. But there are many of you, you will go for a whole year, you will go for a whole month without requiring the services of a doctor or a lawyer. But we shy away from that critical sector of the economy, technical and vocational. We think that it is not cool, it is not sexy. But we are university. Now, my brothers and sisters, those are where the opportunities lie. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is important to dare to do something. Entrepreneurship has become an avenue to help the youth to be self-reliant. Undeniably, entrepreneurship will not work for every Ghanaian. We know. And that means that not every youth can become an entrepreneur. But according to a report by the Rural Enterprises Program, approximately 70% of Ghana's labor force is employed in the informal sector, which is dominated by small businesses. I want to use this opportunity to challenge you once again to become your own creators of our commonwealth. And you can do that by venturing into entrepreneurship. Just this month, a Ghanaian young businessman known as Big Joe Organic Wache, which is based in Tema, received an award at the House of Commons of the British Parliament during the 2023 Global Tamil Economic Development Achievement Awards. This was in recognition of the consistency in the service quality that they offered in the food and beverage industry by leveraging technology. Similarly, the passion of Albert Osei for food packaging has led to a revolution in the sale and packaging of our local porridge. I speak to you about Cocoa King. The likes of Emmanuel Amprofi of Trotro Tractor, who has deployed the use of online mobile technology to provide farmers with mechanization services like plowing to rural farmers, is also worthy of note. We all know Boachi Yadon, Christian, the popular pizza man. If these young men and women, many of them you know, Mr. John Dumelo, and so on, if they can do it, I cannot understand why any alumnus of my school, the great Accra Polytechnic, then, now Accra Technical University, cannot do it. We should not be shy or scared of starting. Whether it's a small tech company, a retail shop, food joint, or service-oriented company, service that you can deliver even on campus, we can start, and we should start. Especially when the government has brought interventions like the U-Start that is seeking to inject some 3 billion, 10 billion Ghana cedis over the next 3 years to create some 1 million jobs. When there is the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Plan, NEIP, when the erstwhile NBSSI, National Board for Small Scale Industries, has now been repositioned and revamped and resourced into the Ghana Enterprises Agency, and is offering financial and technical support to young persons, now is the time to rise to the occasion. I can go on and on and on, but it can get boring. After Accra Technical University, I proceeded to the University of Cape Coast, and I learned how to teach physics and maths. After physics and maths, I ventured into radio. And then, as many of you may know, I also worked as Deputy Minister for Information. So for a large part of my life, I have commercialized talking. I make money by talking. And I've become used to it. So I am pricking myself and alerting myself that I do not have all the time. I can go on and it can get boring. But with these few words, I want to take my seat and to particularly thank you, the change makers who are gathered in this auditorium, the people who have had self-belief. There are thousands of students on campus. And as a student myself, I know we are not interested in things like this. But these are the complementary education that we require should we succeed in life. But many of us will not be interested. But I read a paper that was published not long ago. One man can make a difference. I've read that paper. And I want you to leave this auditorium believing that one man or one woman can make a difference. Go out there and be the change that you desire. Make your own mind based on the evidence on the ground and the facts as established, not on propaganda, not on emotions. I am worried about the path that many young people in our country are beginning to take. I'm particularly worried. But I'm happy that I see a critical mass of young people who believe that they can start right. And it is never too late to start. Even Jesus Christ, he started at age 30, we are told. He worked for 3 years with 12 disciples. But 2,000 years after his death, no name, no man born of a woman has been spoken about as much as Jesus Christ, who started late, worked for only 3 years. But because he associated himself with dedicated people, the disciples, just 2,000 years after his death, no man has been written about more than him. I want you to live here bearing in mind that only you and just you can make the change that we desire. I thank you for the opportunity.